Yeah, I'm driving, so as soon as you say that we live, that's when I'm gonna pull over.
Yes, we are. We are live right now.
All right.
All right, this is Kev, and once again, you've been pulled into the Black Dimension to for us to give you a review on our movie Tenet. Tenet is a one of my opinion, Christopher Nolan's best works, and starring an amazing ensemble cast, which includes John David Washington. With me is Donnie and Roger. Say what up, fellas.
What's up, fellas?
Listen, I second only to Batman. Second only
Second
to Batman.
okay to the Batman trilogy. Yeah, that was it was quite amazing, especially the second one with Heath Ledger as the Joker. But Christopher Nolan is also known for the movie Inception. Uh, what this really sets up Christopher Nolan for is just being the mind bending director, and Tenet is definitely a movie that bends the mind, to say the least.
It definitely did that. This was for me an awesome movie to go back to the movies on since we've been under a pandemic and the theaters were closed across the country. This was the perfect movie to go back to the theater on.
Yes, yeah, and it was a return to it was a return to the blockbuster film, basically. You know, since everything had been going on in the pandemic, and everything had basically been pushed off. So we should be returning to a bit of normalcy real soon. But what a way to start off with Tenet. Yeah.
I just want to say when I entered and watched this movie, I thought somebody gave me an edible because it kicked in about an hour and a half in. I didn't know what the heck was going on. Yo, they started going forward in time, but backwards. But backwards while going forward, and I was it blew my mind. Yo,
Yeah,
ah,
yeah. I noticed it like when
Hold
he.
on, before we get too
Go.
hold on before we get too heavy into it. Okay, folks, on the Black Dimension, we got a rating system here. We use a buy, bootleg, or bomb. So we rate a movie a buy. If we think it's something you should definitely go out to the theater right away, see, and it'll be good fun. Which we're rating Tenet definitely a buy. A bootleg is something that's it's cool. It's alright. You know, you can get to it when you get to it. Honestly, you just get to it when you get to it. And a bomb is a movie that we're saying don't even waste 2 3 hours of your life watching that film. It won't do anything for you, nothing good anyway. So that's our rating system, and we are rating Tenet a buy. And now we're going to go into the spoilers. So if people don't want to hear stuff about the movie, you can ditch, but definitely give the video a like before you ditch. And if you
Yeah.
do watch it, come on back and hear the rest.
Alrighty. Yes, and yes, I definitely agree with this. The buy-in is right there. So yes, Tenet, excellent film. Go check it out immediately. So now
I'm gonna
for
say buy in bootleg, bootleg it till you can buy it and buy it twice.
yeah, all that stuff. Well, anyway, let's get to the spoiler part of our review. Okay, so basically, the premise of this film is would say time entropy or time inverse technology being used to I don't know being used to change things that are very important to our history, to their history, so to speak. And John David Washington, he plays this character called a protagonist. He starts out as a CIA agent, and he's put to a real just really hard test, and he passes this test. He kind of dies. He chooses to die, and then he is, I guess, brought back to perform some really what will be some really mind blowing stuff. Care to elaborate, any fellas?
So yeah,
Well,
basically the main scheme of the movie is the government gets their hands on time traveling ability, right? So it doesn't work in the manner in which you think it does, but essentially what it does is you can go reverse in time at the same speed you would go forward in time. You're just going backwards. Therefore, anything that is going on with you as the person going back in time is inverted. One of the major plot points is you can't breathe normal air. air in that movie, right? So they have to wear what it's an oxygen mask because the oxygen is harmful to them since their time and everything is inverted. When you shoot a bullet, instead of you shooting the bullet goes in reverse back into the gun. These are the things that happen in this basically with the plot point of the movie. Go ahead. Anybody want to take it from there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to me, it was an amazing movie because this put a different spin on time travel that honestly the average person wouldn't have really thought of this one. You'd have had to rack your brain to come up with this. And time travel has been done in different movies, in different ways, but to find a new way to use time travel, this was one hell of a movie. Point blank, period. One hell of a movie.
Mm. Yes, I knew something was up when he was fighting the like the SWAT team member, which is very important to plot point later in the film. And the SWAT team member was moving really weird, as if he was moving backwards. And I was like, yeah, there's something to this. There's something going on with this. And you notice some things were going in backwards motion. Well, you'll find out in like the third act of the film that it was actually. What happens in the third act is they go into the inverse, and everything that was happening in the first act of the film was happening in reverse on the third act of the film, and it that was what really blew me away about it. At one point, the protagonist is fighting himself. And really fighting to like I think that he was struggling to keep the mask on. If he had taken that mask off, he'd have been done. Because they explain how inverse time works. Instead of breathing in oxygen forward, you're bringing in oxygen backwards. Or it could have been that instead of breathing in oxygen in reverse time, you're breathing in carbon dioxide. So what they needed to do, they needed to have their own oxygen supply so they can breathe normal. Just like in this photo right here of him with his oxygen mask. So
What See, one of the most amazing parts about this movie, if you pay attention to the movie, it's almost that as you go to the end of the movie, you're actually going to the beginning of the movie all at the same time. It was what I'm saying. The way they came and portrayed the concept of this movie was absolutely amazing. The stunt work was amazing. The writers did an amazing job. Like this was just an amazing movie to go back to the theaters on. I ain't trying to say too much because this is a movie you're not gonna really understand until you go see it for yourself. Honestly, you're gonna have to see this one for yourself. And to me, it's one of those films where you can go back and watch it again and try to catch every single thing that was going on. Once you realize what was really going on, you can go watch it a second time and try to catch more stuff. Is that type of movie, in my opinion.
yes, you people rewatch films and rewatch films just to just for the enjoyment. You will rewatch this film just to go back and see what you missed, and you might have to go back two or three or maybe even four times. I mean, but
Yeah,
it's worth it though.
Chris Nolan definitely has a banger on his hands. He's made this movie to where it is trilogy doable. You can have five, six, seven, eight of these movies. It'll be a great movie. Even if Chris Nolan dies, I can see a Tenet 12. This movie has set a uh, has set up a whole universe that is mind blowing because ultimately what you get at the end of the movie is you get the understanding that John David Washington is his own boss and he set this movie up. How did he do that? How did he go back in time, through time, while going forward in time to set himself up as the boss? It's deep. It's deep.
Yeah, it's deep. Like even on the bad guy side, he found like the antagonist. He found a barrel with some gold bricks and instructions on how to move forward. So it elite
Yeah.
and this guy like it takes a really selfish prick to do what he wanted to do. Oh, since my life is gonna end, I'm gonna take the universe with me. So what he was gonna do is they came up with this little machine that was hidden in time in certain pieces. It was called and they called it in the film an algorithm. What the algorithm was designed to do is do something so cataclysmic that humanity couldn't really come back from it. It was gonna make the two streams of time, inverse and the regular stream, clash and just obliterate and make the universe fold within itself, all because he's dying. I'm like, whoop de doo. Like, you're the first person to
Yes,
die.
A
Did
very
they?
selfish villain that literally wanted to take the whole world with him. But I'm gonna leave it right there. Y'all need to check this film out. It was fantastic. You're going to enjoy yourself,
Oh yes,
guaranteed.
yes, definitely buy if you haven't go seen it in the theaters. Mask up, make sure you mask up and social distance, and go see the film. Yeah, it's definitely worth returning to to the theaters for. Definitely a great start. Looking forward to this even becoming a franchise. Even because it certainly looks that way. It's certainly good enough.
Yeah, yeah, and even though, I mean, you've got the characters can't die, and even if they do die, they come back. Because you go back. Oh, he died. I really liked him. Well, don't worry, we'll get him back in the next movie.
Yeah, interesting to see where they're gonna go next with this if they decide to go. These kind of movies they're one shot if they don't work out. This movie worked out extremely well, so I do see sequel in the future. It's no way this is not having a sequel. That's my prediction. And you said trilogy even. So anyway, that'll
Oh
be
yeah, this is definitely more than.
yeah. So anyway, I think that'll be it for now. I think anything else to say about this spectacular piece of work?
No,
Uh,
it's fantastic. My thing is just go see it. You literally got to see this movie to understand it, but it's
Hmm.
worth the time.
Yeah.
yeah, support all Christopher Nolan films.
Yes,
So that's where I'm at with it.
yes. Us just telling you how great it is doesn't do it enough justice. Go see it immediately. All right. This is Kev, and for Roger and Donnie, this is the Black Dimension. And peace out.
Hold on.
Whoa,
Long live the habitual line steppers. We'll see y'all
long
next time.